She was crowned Queen of the Jungle in 2016. But tonight, we'll see Scarlett Moffatt hosting a brand new dating show called Love Bites.
Well, three suitors will battle it out by cooking a three-course meal using just one box of ingredients in the hope of impressing a single foodie.
Oh, and Scarlett joins us now. Good morning to you. And I was just watching that, I was thinking, you're a girl after my own heart. I like the look of this one because it combines two of my favourite things, love and food.
Yes, I literally feel like a cross between Celeb and James Martin.
That's a good combo.
Yeah, well, James Martin, slightly messy today, so hopefully your kitchen is a bit cleaner than his. So how does it work then?
So they basically don't have a clue what's underneath the boxes. And I'm going to be totally honest, I think most of the people that I'd like to call friends now they've been in my kitchen, I think all they do is cook pot noodles because I've never seen food like it in my life. And then they're not given any recipe, but the person who, provides the tastiest food gets to go on the date. So sometimes the person that they fancy might not necessarily be the best cook. But
I see.
It's so fun.
Do you think you could tell a lot about someone by the way they cook?
Yeah, and actually, people were trying to really analyse the food. So if they fancied someone and after they'd had a chat, they were like, oh, I think they'd have a messy bedroom. They'd then be like, oh, yeah, my favourite's the one that's the messiest plate because I think that's Dave's plate because he seems messy. People really overanalyse it.
And so does that work then? So if you look at one of the guys and the plate is amazingly messy and maybe he looks a bit scruffy, do they match up?
They never ever get it right. There's no point in trying to guess because you're best just going off taste alone.
Well, you say that. However, you were quite critical of some of the dishes that were served up. You described them as worse than bush tucker trials.
One of them did actually look like a kangaroo testicle. Can I say a testicle?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, okay.
It's biological.
With us, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, some of them were just look like gruel. Like some off Oliver Twist, some of them.
And so, I'm assuming, like here, you have home economists who are there to assist the chefs, or in your case, the sort of amateur cooks. So were they there looking for from a health and safety point of view to make sure you didn't actually poison anybody?
Yeah, we did after a few times tell people they couldn't actually eat the food because... salmonella surprise wasn't on the menu, so... No,
you don't want that, do you? What's interesting, isn't it, that you said that a lot of the singletons that were on the show had never really dated in any way apart from an app from their phone where they were swiping left or swiping right, and that was the way that they connected with other people. And this was the first time that they actually had face-to-face interaction of trying to find love for the first time.
I know, and I'm old now, I'm 30, so I've dated naturally, so to speak. But yeah, a lot of them were only 18 to 25, and they just never ever met someone in a supermarket or on a night out and decided to chat to them. So I think a lot of them actually gained confidence to go, I'm going to put myself out there a little bit, and if I see someone walking around with the trolley and I find them attractive, I'll go over.
Good.
So, having seen all this unfold in front of you, excuse me, what would you say to anybody watching now who was thinking about getting out onto the dating scene? Would you say that you could at least try and perfect one signature dish? Because if you're able to cook, that can impress, that could swing the deal.
I think so. All you need to be able to cook for me is a decent sausage roll or chicken fajitas. That's what Scott did. And we live together now, so...
Was that it? What was the Scott's menu for you?
It's homemade sausage rolls. Well, not homemade. You know the ones you get in the bags, but you've got to put them in the oven.
Right, so we warmed up a sausage roll.
Made at home is not the same as homemade.
But it's made in our home oven.
Still made with love, still made with love. So with the new COVID rules, I guess, for you it didn't affect you too much because it's a brand new show, so people aren't used to seeing it in another way. But what happens if the couples got on? Presumably they weren't able to sort of have a first kiss at the table or anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I trust you too. There was a few of them where they really got on, and we had to actually make sure that they got in the car to the place that they call home, because a few of them, we overheard them with the mics on, like, oh yeah, we'll meet up, and they were like, no, you can't do that. And obviously we all had a duty of care to make sure that they weren't going off together.
Yeah, I bet.
Wow. Oh, thank you, but we won't tell anyone.
No,
that you
secret
just told us
is
that, so
safe.
not a problem.
with us.
Are you watching I'm a Celeb?
Of course, it's like my favourite show ever, apart from this morning.
And bless your heart. And what do you think? What do you think about the hot water?
I'm foaming. Right, I know it was 4 years ago that I was in there, and I probably need to get over it, but I literally had to be prescribed a shower because Bob was like, Scarlett, you haven't been in the shower for 8 days. Like, you will get some sort of fungal infection. So it was just so cold. And I'm just so jealous that they get hot water. That's a proper luxury. That's like being an
The thing is that in Australia, at that time, when you are in the jungle, and yes, the water is a stream and it's freezing cold, but you get out and it could be 30 degrees. So, it's not like that in the castle. They deserve something to keep them warm.
Whose side are you on?
Say again?
Whose side are you on? You're on my side.
What do you think?
I do know what you mean, although it's not, there's not as much sun that gets into that camp as you think. It's sort of in the middle of the forest. So if you're a bit, they sort of wear, if you look at them, it's not as warm, it's not like you're stepping out on a beach.
There's a lot of them who end up, there's all those shower scenes that we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We've actually now forgotten that we're on the telly.
I know.
So.
Scarlett, listen, your programme Love Bites, it starts tonight at 6 p.m. on ITV2, and it's lovely to see you. You take care.
Who do you want to see win the jungle?
Oh, Jordan.
Oh, Jordan, yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you, darling. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.